I never imagined that moving into my son's house would change my life forever. I thought I was joining a loving family where respect still mattered. But from the very first day, something felt painfully wrong. And soon, I realized I was not welcomed the way I hoped. My name is Eleanor, a retired nurse who spent her entire life caring for others. After my husband passed away, my son insisted I stay with him for support. I believed his wife, Vanessa, would show me kindness in my grief. But instead, she looked at me as if I were an unwanted burden. The first morning in their home, I greeted her with a warm smile. She barely glanced at me, mumbling something under her breath. Her cold tone sent a chill down my spine, but I stayed polite. I told myself maybe she was simply having a rough day. But days turned into weeks, and her attitude only grew worse. She mocked the way I folded laundry and criticized my cooking. She even complained to my son about my old-fashioned habits. I pretended not to notice, though inside, it hurt deeply. One evening at dinner, Vanessa made a cruel remark about my age. She laughed loudly while my son remained silent, staring at his plate. I felt invisible, like I didn't belong at that table anymore. But I swallowed my pride because I loved my son too much. Things escalated the day I wore my favorite blue dress. Vanessa smirked and said it looked like a costume from the past. Her friends laughed while she pointed at me like a joke. My heart cracked, but I stayed calm in front of them. Later that night, I overheard her speaking on the phone. She told someone she wished I would move out already. Hearing those words shattered the little hope I had left. I quietly walked back to my room, pretending I heard nothing. Even my personal belongings began disappearing mysteriously. A photo of my late husband went missing from my bedside. When I asked Vanessa, she shrugged with a fake innocent smile. I felt something sinister was happening behind closed doors. One afternoon, I found her going through my suitcase. She quickly shut it, pretending she was tidying my room. But her eyes told a different, unsettling story of resentment. I wondered why she hated me without a single reason. My son stayed busy with work, never noticing the tension. Whenever I tried to speak with him, Vanessa interrupted quickly. She kept him emotionally distant, like she owned every moment. And day by day, their house felt less like a home to me. Then something unusual began happening around the house. I'd find chairs moved, doors left open, things rearranged oddly. At night, strange noises echoed from upstairs, where Vanessa stayed. My gut whispered that something dark was hidden inside this home. The turning point came on a rainy Saturday afternoon. Vanessa returned home looking frantic, clutching a brown envelope. She stormed past me, ignoring my polite greeting completely. Her hands trembled as she rushed into her room and locked the door. Out of concern, I knocked and asked if she was all right. She yelled at me to mind my own business and stay away. Her voice cracked, filled with panic and fear, not anger. Something inside me knew she was hiding a secret. That night, my curiosity overpowered my silence. Vanessa crept downstairs, unaware I was in the kitchen. She carried the same envelope and stuffed it behind the bookshelf. Her face looked terrified, as if someone was threatening her. When she left, I approached the bookshelf slowly. My hands shook as I pulled the envelope out carefully. Inside, I found several printed emails and photographs. And what I discovered nearly made my heart stop beating. The emails revealed Vanessa had taken large sums of money. Not from my son, but from a man she once worked for. He threatened police action if she didn't return it soon. The photographs showed her meeting him secretly multiple times. Shock and fear washed over me all at once. Was she involved in something criminal or dangerous? Was my son unknowingly living with someone hiding a double life? I needed to protect him, even if it broke my heart. The next morning, Vanessa acted unusually kind to me. She complimented my dress and offered to make breakfast. Her sudden sweetness felt forced and strangely unnatural. It was clear she feared I had seen something. Over the next few days, she followed me around the house, watching every move I made, pretending to be friendly. Her fake smile never reached her eyes, not even once. I felt as if I were living with a stranger wearing a mask. Then came the night everything exploded into chaos. My son returned home early, looking exhausted and stressed. Vanessa immediately pulled him aside, whispering urgently. I sensed she was preparing to blame me for something again. Suddenly, she accused me of invading her privacy. She claimed I had stolen her confidential documents. My son looked confused, torn between us and unsure. Before I defended myself, something unexpected happened. A loud knock rattled the front door violently. Two men in plain clothes asked for Vanessa by name. Her face turned pale as she trembled uncontrollably. My son realized instantly something serious was happening. The men introduced themselves as investigators. They said Vanessa had been avoiding contact for weeks. They needed answers about the financial fraud she committed. And they had a warrant to search the house immediately. Vanessa broke down crying, pointing fingers at me. She screamed that I had set her up out of jealousy. But the evidence in the envelope told the real story. My son remained silent, his shock too heavy for words. The investigators found more documents in her closet. Hidden bank accounts, and signed agreements, and forged papers. It was clear she had planned everything long before I arrived. She couldn't deny it any longer, truth surrounded her. My son's heart shattered as he watched her confess. He realized how blind he had been to her manipulation. Vanessa was taken away while still shouting my name angrily. For the first time in months, the house felt peaceful. My son apologized with tears streaming down his face. He blamed himself for letting me suffer silently for so long. I held him close, whispering that love always protects. Weeks passed, and life slowly returned to normal. My son and I grew closer than ever before. He thanked me every day for saving him from a disaster. And I finally felt like I belonged in my own family again. I learned a powerful truth from all of this. Sometimes the enemy is not outside but right inside our home. Sometimes silence becomes the loudest form of protection. And sometimes a mother's intuition is her strongest shield.